am a little bit nervous, I won't lie. There's something inescapable about a boxing match. I'm very excited. Cannot wait. Tonight at the Side Show, you can get tickets at CompuTicket. It is going to be a spectacle, if nothing else, but we've got two great boxing camps, a great boxing lineup as well. I just hope I can deliver the goods. Darren, I expected you to be shaking your head at me talking about such things, but he understands it's part of my wellness journey that I need to be fighting fit. Dr. Darren, great to have you back, my friend. Talking about something that is, it's a bit of a two-edged sword, something that is incredibly exciting, yes, because we now have a test that has recently emerged that can identify if you are going to have Alzheimer's within a year. But this must raise a lot of questions. First of all, what is this test all about?
Yes, well, the test that's been researched has been done at Oxford University and King's College. And basically what it involves is picking up proteins in the blood which can predict whether you could develop Alzheimer's disease within 1 year.
Sure.
That opens up a can of worms. The question is, if you know that you're going to develop Alzheimer's disease, do you want to know about it firstly? Because it could change the way you plan your life.
What can you do? In terms of our treatment, is that moving in sync?
Exactly. Currently, we identify genes that associate you with developing the disease, but some people have the gene and don't develop the disease. So there's environmental factors and there's genetic factors. We don't know exactly what switches those genes on or off. We speculate that it could be diet. It could be related to stress on the brain with bad eating and hypertension and strokes, head injuries, etc. There could be an association. But Alzheimer's itself is basically a deposition of proteins in the brain, amyloid protein and tangles. So the neurons actually tangle and form these little lesions all over the brain and then lead to cognitive impairment.
Well, our deeper understanding that has brought us to this point to be able to test it, is this not moving in the same direction as a cure? Are we not seeing this feed positively into treatment?
Exactly. Well, because of the different stages, it's very heterogeneous. So the different stages of the disease look different in every individual. So it's very difficult to pick it up. But what we can do is look at being preventative in terms of catching the disease earlier on, and if you know that it's coming, develop cures around it. So I think people will make use of this blood test, and practitioners will certainly test their patients if there's a cure available.
It adds a bit of added momentum, I suppose, to things. How much of a difference will this make in terms of, you mentioned that those symptoms, they do vary from person to person. At what point do we start identifying Alzheimer's? And how much has this improved that side of treatment, the fact that we will be able to pick it up a lot earlier?
Good question. There's a thing called mild cognitive impairment, which is part of normal aging, when you start becoming a little bit forgetful and just confusing things like misplacing your keys.
What part of the studio am I supposed to be in right now? Yeah.
Exactly. But, on that spectrum, when mild cognitive impairment affects your daily living, in terms of you forget where you're driving to, or you forget a recipe and you forget how to make a cup of coffee, you need to get tested. The gold standard currently to therapists and to practitioners all over the world is getting tested cognitively, looking at which domains of your cognition are actually impaired and to what degree.
We're going to have a flood of people wanting to get themselves tested now. Is this test readily available in South Africa?
Not yet.
Are we going to have to fly to the UK?
No, not yet. The research is still underway. They've got a group of 1,200 patients that they've divided up into 3 standards. But we're looking at about 2 to 3 years. The test will be available and ready to use within 2 to 3 years. I'm hoping that there could be some development in terms of the curative side, in terms of medication-wise, so that when you do the test, you can have something to take if you do identify yourself as being a person with the risk.
Well, let's hope the two are working hand in hand. Thank you so much. Thank you for being so passionate about whatever we talk about with you, Doc. Thank you so much. We're going to need the luck and a whole lot of spirit. Come out there and support me if you can. But talking about great medical advancements this morning in the field of Alzheimer's, there are, it now seems, answers to people, at least in identifying this debilitating disease. Let's hope it moves very quickly in the same direction, finding a cure. Well, we are counting down towards a thrilling episode of Top Billing tonight. If you're not going to come watch me box, that might be something nice to focus on this evening. Let's see what's in tonight's lineup.